Welcome to Orleans Outlook. I'm your host, Hannah Hartman, here alongside play-by-play broadcaster Brendan King. And Brendan, game 41 of the regular season. Things are winding down. It's been a season of ups and downs. The Birds currently 18-21-1 on the season. And the playoff race is on. Let's talk a little bit about that playoff race.
Well, it's really exciting, and the Birds can clinch tonight with a win against Brewster and a Chatham loss tonight. And obviously, Chatham at last place in the East Division. They got no hit about a week ago against the Harwich Mariners, so their fortunes aren't looking too good. So you got to hope that Chatham's going to lose, and you got to hope that Orleans can get a big win against Brewster tonight. Brewster has let go of a couple of their pitchers because they have had innings limits, just as Kirk McCarty did for the Birds. So the pitching staff of the Brewster Whitecaps gets even lighter. They had the worst pitching staff in the league anyway. Now they release a couple of their really good pitchers, and they're gone. But again, their hitting's really good. You got the Jordan brothers who are each hitting over 300 and doing really well. But you got to think for a good game from Orleans today. And remember, they had that one tie against Brewster, so if they didn't have that tie, they'd have a chance to go undefeated against the Whitecaps. But 5-0-1 sounds pretty good.
Don't have to worry about ties because we have lights here at Eldridge Park. And Brendan, let's turn over to the Orleans pitching staff. Jason Morgan, the tall right-hander, out of UNC, will take the mound tonight. What can we expect out of Jason?
Well, Jason's a four-pitch pitcher. He's 6'6", over 200 pounds. Big kid, and as his four pitches, fastball, curveball, slider, changeup. The slider's the out pitch, and you and I both know if the slider's on, he's going to have a good day. He's 2-1 this year with a 3.13 ERA, and his best start of the year came right here at Eldridge on July 3rd against the Chatham Anglers in front of over 2,300 people, which was pretty cool, and he was really excited that day, and hopefully he can find that emotion that he had in that start. If he does, and the fastball and the slider's on, he's going to have a good time. And if he could bring in the curveball and the changeup, is not necessarily out pitches, just as something to confuse the hitters and get them off their balance, and then close out with that slider, he's going to have a good start.
When Jason has a good start, he's fist bumping out on the mound, getting the guys all pumped up. Now, let's turn over to the other end of the field, the bats. The bats have come along for the Birds. A couple of guys who were struggling at the beginning of the season, such as Keegan McGovern, Garrett Bench, Will Golson, their bats have come along. And how does that impact the Firebirds offense?
It just gets the Firebirds more deep and gives Kelly Nicholson and Benny Craig a couple more options off the bench late in games. We know Kelly's an analytics guy. That's what he plays. He plays righty-lefty matchups more than maybe any manager in this league. He takes that seriously. So getting the bat of Will Golson going is important because he started in the 150s and now he's up over the 200s, over the Mendoza line. He had that double against Harwich a couple of days back where he crushed it to center field. And then you turn to Garrett Bench, who's really coming alive. And I think Garrett's thing was he just played too much baseball. He played until the Final Four of the College World Series. Maybe he was just, he needed a fresh start. Now that fresh start has happened here midway through the season. Benny Craig's really working with him. And Keegan McGovern, a guy that's working his tail off all year, has been here since the start and really has worked well with Benny Craig. And typically he's been the DH against righties, and he's going to continue to do that. But in the playoffs, his role is going to be extra important just because in the playoffs, you can't win games 1-0. That's not how it works. You really got to score a lot if you want to beat these good teams. Let's say the Birds play Harwich against a team that's scoring more runs than anybody. You're going to have to score some runs, and it all starts with those three guys.
Yeah, Birds looking to put more runs up on the board tonight against Brewster. First pitch is at 7 p.m. Jason Morgan takes the mound.